Deep in the Lowcountry of South Carolina, where Spanish moss hangs low and the air tastes of salt and secrets, there existed a dynasty, a family whose name was woven into every courtroom, every election, every whisper of fear and respect. Their name was Murdaugh. For nearly a century, 3 generations of Murdaughs served as solicitors, the equivalent of district attorneys. They didn't just enforce the law, they commanded it. Their power was so deeply entrenched that even a nod from them could shift the future of criminal cases. They weren't merely respected. Many saw them as untouchable. But history has taught one lesson again and again. When a kingdom stands too long without challenge, it begins to rot from within. And the stronger the dynasty, the louder its downfall. On a cold February night, in a town that worshipped the Murdaugh name, a group of teenagers boarded a boat for a simple celebration, just a night out with friends. Among them was 19-year-old Mallory Beach. She had dreams, plans, and a smile that always seemed to warm a room before she entered it. But that night, the boat, driven recklessly and allegedly by a heavily intoxicated Paul Murdaugh, the youngest son of Alex Murdaugh, crashed into a bridge. The impact threw Mallory into the freezing waters. Panic, screams, blood, silence. Search teams spent 8 agonizing days combing through the river. 8 days of mothers clutching photographs. 8 days of hope slowly suffocating beneath murky waters. When her body was found, grief hit the town like a hurricane. But grief was only the beginning. What followed revealed that some tragedies don't end with death. Some begin there. Witnesses told investigators Paul had been severely intoxicated. Friends said he insisted on driving, ignoring their warnings. But suddenly everything slowed. Statements changed. Some teens recalled being pressured to keep quiet. Officers allegedly failed to administer sobriety tests. Paul's influential family seemed to have invisible hands rearranging the aftermath. The Beach family, while grieving Mallory, fought for answers, not just for justice, but to understand why a young girl's life would be lost. And the accused walked freely, protected by heritage, legacy, and privilege. Little did they know, this case would be their justice, and ultimately, the thread that unraveled a century-old cover. Before Mallory's story shook the Lowcountry, there was another woman whose death had been hidden under silence and sealed with misplaced trust. Her name was Gloria Satterfield. For over 2 decades, she was a Murdaugh's housekeeper, nanny, confidant, practically family. In 2018, Gloria supposedly tripped on the family's dogs and fell down the stairs at the Murdaugh home. She was airlifted to a hospital, where she later died. Her sons were promised financial help, a settlement to compensate for a lifetime of service and a loss beyond repair. But the money never came, not a single dollar. Instead, millions were funneled into secret accounts created by Alex Murdaugh. Money meant to honor a loyal, hard-working mother was stolen by the very man she served. Her death brought him profit. Gloria Satterfield didn't die once. She died twice, first on the stairs and again in the silence that buried her justice. After the boat crash, the lawsuits intensified. Attorneys asked uncomfortable questions about Alex's finances, and gradually, the mask peeled off. Alex Murdaugh, product of wealth, status, and power, was drowning, not in debt, but in greed. He stole from clients, colleagues, even victims. Over $8 million gone. Manipulation disguised as law. Compassion used as bait. This wasn't a fall from grace. It was exposure. The river had taken Mallory Beach, but revealed something far darker. A dynasty built not on justice, but deception and theft. Alex Murdaugh calling 911, voice trembling, saying he found Maggie and Paul shot to death. The town stood still. The name that once represented power now dripped with blood. Mother and son, slaughtered on family grounds. The beloved son whose trial was imminent. The wife rumored to be growing suspicious of financial inconsistencies. Was this revenge? Was the Murdaugh name targeted by enemies? Or was it desperation? A staged tragedy to divert attention from the unraveling fraud? Alex appeared grief-stricken, broken, a father mourning, a husband shattered. But while he cried publicly, investigators began connecting dots privately. Cell phone data, gun residue, surveillance inconsistencies. A timeline that didn't add up. One truth emerged from the bloodshed. Sometimes the person calling for help is the one who created the horror. The trial exposed everything Alex fought to hide. He admitted to lies, fraud, and manipulations, but insisted he did not kill his wife and son. Then came the moment that shifted the tide. The video he denied being present for. A recording from Paul's phone, minutes before the murders. His voice unmistakable. A lie shattered. A mask shattered. A dynasty shattered. The man whose family owned the law was now beneath it. Stripped bare by evidence he could neither purchase nor influence. The jury took less than 3 hours. Centuries of influence couldn't save him now. Alex Murdaugh was sentenced to life in prison. The law he once manipulated now sealed his fate. Judge, it might not have been you, but when you begin lying, and when your family's legacy is built on it, eventually it catches up. The courtroom did not celebrate. It exhaled. Justice was not joyous. It was necessary. Mallory's parents stood together, hand in hand. They did not celebrate conviction. They honored a daughter. Gloria's sons finally received the settlement they were promised years before. Money could never replace her love, but justice restored her dignity. These families taught the world a truth more powerful than corruption. Power may silence, manipulate, and threaten, but truth waits patiently. And when truth arrives, it does not knock. It breaks down the door. The scripture tells us, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be brought to light." Luke 8, verse 17. The Murdaugh Empire believed it could bury truth. But truth has no grave. And one by one, every secret surfaced. Mallory, Gloria, Maggie, Paul, their stories remind us, justice may sleep, but it does not die. And when it awakens, it speaks louder than dynasty, louder than blood, louder than the darkest lies. This was the rise, the rot, and the ruin of the Murdaugh legacy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories.